Hi friend, my name is Mélissa Jeanty and I'm a creative based in Port-au-Prince, Haiti. Welcome to Unfinished Thoughts, a podcast on intentional living, business, and creativity, but mostly just a space for you to hide out from the busy world and quiet your mind long enough to relax. You're welcome to stay for as long as you'd like and to subscribe if this space starts to feel like home to you. Welcome. I'm so excited to have my friend Cynthia Adebiyi-Yekinni on the podcast today. Cynthia is a multi-talented woman of God I met through church when I lived in London back in 2018. We quickly became sisters. We were on so many ministries together and got to travel to and live for a couple of weeks in India. Cynthia has an incredible singing voice. She's a visual artist as well and a poet. She's bold and unafraid, and I've learned so much from her. But what I love most about our friendship over the years is that through our conversations, we've been able to talk about deep things, ruminate on thoughts that have led to so many incredible insights about God and about life in general. Today's conversation will be fun, a little bit chaotic, deep, and will hopefully help you think and reflect yourself as well. Welcome. We've been friends for...
Oh my gosh, can I tell you something? I think when I was messaging you the other day, or when I wanted to call you the other day, I clicked onto your name and it says Life Group. And I think I saved you because that's where we met, because I went to pick you up to take you to Life Group. So it literally still says Life Group on your contact, which is crazy. I was just like, why does it say this? What Life Group? And it wasn't even the Life Group that we started. This is the beginning.
And that was the first week that I went to Crown, because immediately I was like, I want to be plugged into a Life Group. And then, they were just like, bloop, there it is. And then they contacted me. They were like, someone is picking you up.
Wow.
That someone was you.
That's me. Wait, what year was that then? I have no idea.
2018.
18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Okay. Wonderful. We thank God. We literally thank God. How beautiful. I think that's so lovely. That's so lovely. Wow.
And a big chunk of it, like, obviously we spent a lot of time in real life, like, together, living together, on missions together, traveling together. But then a big chunk of it also was long distance.
Yeah. Which I was really... Do you remember my concern? I was like, this isn't going to...
You were so dramatic.
No, but I was so dramatic. I was like, this isn't going to work, guys. Let's just give up. We can't be friends. Long distance doesn't work. I've tried it before. Let's give up. Let's not do this. But I mean, I'm so glad I was wrong. I'm so very glad I was not correct. But wow, what a journey. Wow. We thank God, Sha.
Yeah. So while we were together in London, and there was a season after, like, between me submitting my dissertation and graduating, or not even needing to graduate, there was like this one point where I couldn't live on campus, so I lived in your house. Wow. And during that time, there are so many times where we would have prawns. First of all, you were the queen of making prawns. Like, we would have meat, prawns. Well, I was kind of going through, like, maybe vegetarian, maybe pescatarian phase. But prawns? Come on. That was, like, your thing.
Faithful. I love
and then
my prawns. I love them.
Yeah. And then now you're plant-based.
Yes.
Please explain this.
I keep telling you this. It's not that deep. Not even that it's not that deep, but it's not that long of an explanation. it is, and I told you a little bit about this already before, but towards the end of last year, there were a few issues that I experienced with my women's health. And then obviously finding out that I might go through perimenopause. I'm just in this mindset that I want to foster a body that thrives. And for me, even though you can do that with me, obviously, it just makes so much more, it's just easier if all I eat, is fruit and vegetables. Not so as opposed to saying, okay, I'm cutting this out, but I can have this and I can have this. But if I just say I am plant-based and all I'm going to eat is fruit and vegetables so that I can get all of the nutrients that I need for my body in order to thrive, so that I can fill my body on all of the superfoods, it's easier. That's it. I know how to cook food. All I do is buy vegetables and I'm rotating doing soups, curries and salads. That's it. That's all I'm doing. That's it. And it is a bit sad and hard because I love food. I am a foodie. I enjoy food. I enjoy meat. I have no issues with animals dying for my pleasure of eating meat. So I'm not vegan. It is plant-based. So I don't know, it's just more so logistically, it makes more sense to me. As opposed to being like I just want to strip down, as opposed to taking things out bit by bit. So strip all the way down. That was it. Just to foster a body that can thrive. And I really believe in the power of food and exercise in healing one's body. And I'm not saying that I'm trying to heal perimenopause. That's not what I'm saying at all. But I'm just saying that I don't know what's truly happening in my body. And I want to be a little bit more in control of that, across the board. And I think the best way to do that is to really be intentional about eating fruits and vegetables and all the things that the fibers, not the carbohydrates, the fibers, what are all the other things that are good for your body?
Okay, question. How does that work? Did you cut out bread and anything processed completely?
Anything processed completely cut out. Bread is my Achilles heel. I can't even lie. I love bread. But so in the beginning of this year, I had made a mushroom soup, which was stunning, beautiful, loved it. However, I then ordered sourdough bread to eat it with that because I could eat it and it's sourdough bread, which is good for your gut health, all that kind of stuff. But then I was realizing I'm eating too much bread. It's giving bread is basically my candy. Like it's basically just I'm eating bread feels like I'm eating all the bad foods amalgamated in one food, and that is bread. So I think I decided to really reduce my bread intake completely. So I will do bread only sometimes if that happens to be the only option. So if I'm somewhere, but it's not going to be a staple as it usually has been. But for sure, processed food, because processed food is not plant-based. Even if it's discussed to be plant-based, it's not plant-based in that it's just pure plant. There's other stuff that have been added to it. So I want to be super intentional about literally, today I go to the grocery store and now it just feels easy. I don't feel like I'm hardly having to figure out what to do. I just need to buy vegetables and aromatics and that's it, and figure out the rest. We just put it all in the pot. So I'm doing it in a way where I'm streamlining, that I'm only cooking the same types of things in order just to make it through this first year. I think this first year is going to be super hard for me, but mostly because I like to cook. Well, that's a lie. I don't like to cook. I like to cook for people. And I enjoy the gratification I get from when people say they have tasted amazing food from me. Yeah. But also I do enjoy putting together new dishes that I've never tasted and stuff like that. But I think that's what has daunted me in the past when it comes to food, I'm always like, okay, what can I make now? What can I make now? And there's always all this buying all these ingredients and doing all these things that cost money and take time, and there's no guarantee that it will work out. I need to, and I could obviously do plant-based in like the extraordinary, beautiful ways where I'm making all these incredible foods, but I'm not there yet. And I'm not, and I think I would fail a lot easier than I'll fail very easily if I try to change my meal, eat like 3 different meals every day or and all that kind of stuff. So I'm just saying, for the year of 2026, I'm making a salad. That's simple. You put all the vegetables together. I'm making a soup. You literally order the vegetables in water, boil, season. Or a curry, chickpea curry, boom. And I obviously don't like the idea of eating the same thing, but I'm going to alternate between these 3 meals and we're just going to keep it moving. But I'm just going to really be intentional. Even supplements. I really want to be intentional about doing plant-based supplements for my health and for my women's health, just to help me. And then also my exercise, are really focusing on strength training and a little bit of cardio. Told you it's not that deep. It's simple.
Okay. It's not a question of being deep or not, but it's like arriving at that decision wasn't as simple. Because, like, if I think about the time that I decided to be veg, like, being vegetarian was restricting, but when it was that time in that season, making that choice wasn't as hard as the previous season, where even the thought of doing a Daniel fast was like, it's okay. I would rather fast for like social media or something than do a Daniel fast. And like, which is basically, Daniel fast is basically plant-based fast, like plant-based diet, but just not having meat in general. There was a time in my life where that was like, that decision was really hard. So it's not that deep in the moment, but to get there was a process and a refining and a letting go so that you can make that decision so freely. And I think that's what sometimes we get into a season where like, oh, we have to make this decision. And I was thinking about this today, where the way that God prunes and refines us is that it's like he weans us out of things. Like, it's not always, it doesn't, a lot of times, at least for me, and of course there are people, it's like cold turkey for things, and there's time and space for that. But for me, I found that like when God is working in and through me, mostly in me, it's weeding out, okay, we're going to do this in sections until you get to a point where it's like, oh, it's not that big a deal. So, but it's like we have to be conscious of the fact that the decision, the freeing way that we made those decisions that seem very big for maybe others was through a process that God took us on. So when we make that decision, it's easy, but there was a process that helped us get to that level of freedom.
Honestly, I could not agree more. I feel like on I guess goals or things that I wanted to focus on for the past like 5 years has been my body and my being better towards it, because that wasn't something I even really thought about or cared about previously. I was just eat whatever, do whatever. Then you get to a point where your body, that you don't even recognize what your body is, and you have all these issues with it. And so it's just been this constant thing, this constant goal. And so when I think weaning, I think, God has been weaning me for years, whereby last year was the most consistent year I had in regards to making better choices food-wise and and being more consistent in going to the gym like 5 times a week. And that didn't happen overnight. Bet. That did not happen overnight. However, it was coming to the end of this year where I was trying to make more better plant-based choices. And so this is where I would say it was two things. There was a weaning, but then I realized towards the end of the year that I thrive on doing cold turkey. So because because maybe it was because of Christmas time or whatever, if I know I can make this choice or that choice. If it tastes better or I enjoy it more, it's harder for me to make the better choice. And so then come the first of the year, I was like, you know what? I'm just starting. We're just going all in and not looking back. So I was eating all of the meat I could eat, all of the meat I could find all towards the end of last year, because I knew come the first, my life is changing forever. And I mean that. And that's kind of crazy to me to think. And I look forward to the person I will become in regards to making delicious plant-based meals. But I'm not there yet. I'm someone who still loves meat so much, still values it so much. But I am on this journey forever. I want to receive the benefits that there surely is. So as much as God has weaned me over the past 5 years, I did start cold turkey from the 1st of January.
Yeah.
Sila, for the next 30 seconds, breathe, close your eyes, and pause for a moment. Don't be impressed with your own wisdom. Instead, fear the Lord and turn away from evil. Then you will have healing for your body and strength for your bones. Proverbs 3, verse 7 and 8.
Okay, for breakfast.
So for breakfast, I'll make a smoothie every morning.
Okay. And then that's it?
That's it. Yeah. But I'll put like a half a cup of oats in it, and that really does carry me. It's all I need. But yeah, just fruit, some veg. Yeah, that's it. That's breakfast. And then I'll make a big pot of soup. Right now I'm in my soup era. It's because it's kind of chilly right now in Thailand. Like literally it's actually kind of cold. And so it's just, I'm eating really just wholesome, hearty bowls of soup. And if I'm hungry again, I'll either eat the soup again, but I'm noticing that I'm not liking that. Or I will order something, and what I will order is like a what's it called? Some mushroom thing. So something with mushrooms. And that's it, really. But I'm just gonna, like I said, alternate between the soup, the salad, and the curry. So I just went to the grocery store today to buy ingredients to make an epic shiitake mushroom and what's that bean again? Chickpea. Shiitake mushroom and chickpea curry. Chickpea coconut curry. I've never made it before. I've made chickpea curry, but I've never added mushrooms to it.
What do you have the curry with?
So I will have it with either sweet potato but more so there's sweet potato and pumpkin inside of the curry. So I'm just spooning out a curry and not really having it with anything because I've already put sweet potato and pumpkin inside. Or if I do want something extra, I'll make quinoa. I'm really in my quinoa bag right now. I'm enjoying it. And there's so many health benefits.
I tried making it once. It was terrible. I think I need a new recipe or something. I don't know. I was like, I followed the sort of the instructions, but then it just did not turn out the way that I imagined or wanted it to. So I just gave up.
How did it turn out? Like, what was the issue?
I think it was harder.
Yes. You have to put way more water than rice. I'm learning that.
Wait, you do like a mix of quinoa and rice?
No, I say way more water than you would put with rice.
Got you. Yeah. Oh, wait. Okay. I see. Yeah. It turned out way too hard. And I was like, oh, maybe quinoa just doesn't like me.
No, it does. You just have to learn how to work with it.
I can try.
Try again, for sure. But, Yeah, what are your food things? How are you trying to focus this year in regards to food and exercise?
With exercise, definitely continuing with my goal that I had last year and being consistent. I think last year I tried different different things, but my schedule was so kind of unpredictable that it would break my pattern. So sometimes I would be at the gym, sometimes I couldn't make it, and it just, so I'm trying to find a structure that helps so that I can stay consistent regardless of what's going on in my schedule. And so far it's been like in the mornings, like working out in the mornings. So I want to see if I can keep that. In terms of food, I think one of my goals, and for last year, it wasn't like I write it down goal, but it just happened after a conversation with someone. They were talking about how they have less sugar less sugar in general, but especially with tea and coffee. And I was saying it's really hard. Like with coffee, I have to have some sugar because the coffee's already bitter. So it's either I don't have coffee or I have like a good amount. And with tea, I mean, it's easier with tea, black tea to be specific. I can't imagine. Actually, you were one of the first people that you were the person. You and Naz. You both were like, try tea. You're in London. You're going to try black tea with milk. Like, that's not you can't be like, oh, I don't like tea. You're in England. So I tried it, and thankfully the cup that you guys made was actually really good. Like, ratio-wise, everything was good. And I was like, oh, this is nice. And also the kind of tea. I've become a little bit bougie about the type of black tea. Like, I'll buy some, and then I'm like, what is this monstrosity? I need my... But yeah, like, no, some of it's like the smell is wrong or the taste is a little bit off. Like, it feels like it's been sitting there for some time. I don't know what it is, but it's like, no. There's a wholesomeness to good tea that you can miss based on the brand. But anyway, I'm digressing. But I used to put a lot more sugar in my teas and coffees, and I realized one of the things that I was talking to this person, and they were saying, okay, like, just gradually try and remove, like, if you used to put 3 spoons, then do 2.5, and then 2, and then 1.5, and then 1, kind of gradually go down. So I kind of did that to a point where if I accidentally put too much sugar, then I'm like, this is way too sweet, which is a change in and of itself. So that's kind of where I'm going. I'm going towards like reducing sugar intake. Salt is not really a big deal. Like, because if you season well, you don't need a ton of salt in your food. Like, you can accidentally put too much salt, but in general, if it's seasoned well, then salt is just kind of like a little bit to add that kind of, that extra space in in your mouth that needs to be filled so that the taste is whole. Yeah. So it does that, but after that, like, it's fine. And I think mostly being able to control, it's hard. I don't know yet if this is a goal because again, like, towards the end, like most of 2025 and towards like going into 2026, I feel like my schedule is so out of control that my food then becomes out of control. I have days where I don't eat until really late when I get home, or days where I can have my meals. So I'm trying to make it regular and more structured. I think that's my goal. I've talked a lot, but basically, yeah, I'm trying to add structure to my meals. Structure and balance. What?
And also consistency with exercise.
Yes. Well, both, like, consistency everywhere. In food, in eating, and in exercise.
I hear you there, boy. Consistency with everything. Yes.
Like, the not eating the whole day thing is a little bit, it's bad.
It's not good. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's not good to you. It's not good, babe. But I honestly think that is a really, really good goal, because that's kind of my goal that I have for this year, but not with food and exercise, but in terms of structure. When you spoke about structure with your food, I'm trying to develop better structure in terms of how I'm doing life. Because it's obviously I didn't start off having any structure coming to Thailand, and now I'm in a space where I'm moving closer and closer. Last year again was the closest year I've had some type of structure, and gym really helped with that. Like, going to the gym really helped with that, because I had to go every day, so there was something that was the same every day. I say every day, 5 times a week, but now I'm coming into this year, end of last year, I was like, I just need more structure, especially in order to be more effective in the things that I'm trying to do in this, and in the things that I'm trying to do. So I understand just what you mean by structure and how important that is. Because then once you've actually put that in place, then you'll be able to start dreaming more or thinking more. Okay, now that I know the times that I'm eating, I'm paying attention to what I'm eating. You can then move into the next year after and be like, okay, what do I want to do now that the structure's in place? It's almost like having a good foundation in order to build from. And I think structure is an important one of those, for sure.
And it's true, like, you talked about becoming, and the habits that we have, those are the things that build into who we're becoming. So structure is, like you said, foundational to being a more intentional being.
Yes, ma'am. I agree.
Yeah, that's it. That's all I had, really, for this. See, we went deep.
Did we? We've gone deeper. We've gone to the depths of the ocean in the past.
Of course.
It's because we already had our deep moment, and this was
just a sprinkle.
a sprinkle of the type of Listen, we have podcast conversations, deep conversations all the time.
Over time that are never recorded. So sad.
Yeah. So this is just one of those conversations.
Well, let's do it again.
Well, last question. If you had one reflection question for people listening and one prayer, what would it be?
A reflection question. Okay, give me a moment. Who do you want to be and become in the year 2026? Would be my reflection question. And then my prayer would be for people to experience the deep satisfaction that comes from doing life with God.
Thank you for joining me on episode 10 of the Unfinished Thoughts podcast. Okay, bye.